Does anyone care? You're pushing out comp after comp after comp, product after product. Does anyone care? A lot of times, loyalty is confused with rewards. And when it's a reward, it's a failure. No matter what I say today, there's one thing you have to keep in mind. If you're not impressive, by default, your restaurant is unimpressive. If it's not impressive, oh my, they did that thing, and then the order went wrong, but then they still did that, by default, it's unimpressive. There's too much competition. A loyalty program can help you stand out. Has to be done a very particular way though. So right now, if you scan that QR code, you will get my deck on this. You'll also have my book as a PDF. So if you'd like to have that, by all means, take it. Did I go too fast? I'll come back to it at the end. Rewards. What is a reward? Well, loyalty and rewards are the same, right? They are not. They are not the same. Here's a reward. Who's been to Walgreens in the last decade? Would you like to apply your $3.92 to your order? All right. Cool. Do that. Were you loyal to Walgreens? We're like, listen, babe, I have many decisions when it comes to where I go for my pharmaceuticals. But I choose Walgreens because of the high-end rewards I get every time. Anyone do that? No, you don't. No, you don't. Because they're garbage. They are garbage rewards. And if you do a garbage rewards program, you will be paying your customers to exist as they always have. It's important to keep that in mind. $4 off, oh wow! Oh wow! I'm gonna go to the Sizzler now with all these savings. Sizzler is a very, very upscale restaurant if you were a child in 1988. All right? Now, what is a classic rewards program? Before there was all the tech programs, there was this. Punch card. That, in theory, is better than most rewards programs. I like you. I do 10 things. I get the 11th thing for free. All right. I'll ride with you. That's better. I'm not saying do it, but that's better than the obligatory rewards. Loyalty. Now, what is loyalty versus rewards? Loyalty is when you are point chasing. You want your customer to point chase. Who here came to the fabulous Gaylord in Dallas, Texas, and have used their points to do so in the last few days? No one? No one has Amex, Chase, Sapphire Rewards, Capital One points? You do? Put your hand up if you have points. Put your hand up if you're like, oh, hey, before you process me, put my Marriott Bonvoy points in. See? That's loyalty. There's a difference. Now, I put my Marriott Bonvoy in. I have no idea what it does. I'm like, someday my ticket's going to get punched based on these fabulous Marriott rewards from Bonvoy. But I still do it. Now, the question is, if you are in that life, would you only go to Marriott? If you really were a traveling X, would you only go to Marriott? If that's the case, then they have built loyalty. So what does that mean? Point chasing, incentives, incentive lovers, experience-based items. Because $3.92 back is not getting your ideal customer avatar. We, as independent restaurateurs, live in a world where we're going after the customer who wants to go to the best version of X. No one wants to go to the second best pizza place in Midtown Tulsa. They want to go to the best. So that customer does not care about $3.92. Now, if I was going for convenience, I would be like Papa John's or Pizza Hut or Domino's, or, you know who's kicking all their asses? Who's kicking all of those guys' asses right now? What? Tasteless? I really can't hear you. I'm sorry, sir. Casey's. He is correct. Casey's Quick Trip Come and Go. Because it's a race to the bottom of convenience. I ain't winning that fight. I'm not going to win that one. But I am going to win the experience one. And with experience comes experience. So if you have, when you buy $100, you get $5 off, you're doing reward points. It's going to fail before it even starts. Loyalty, hey, you have spent a large amount of money, therefore you are going to get a free dinner for two where we are going to make a pizza from scratch. You have done X, therefore you get this one-off shirt that we're only making 50 of. Experience. Very important to know the difference. Convenience and experience. This is my website. Ooh. Ah. This is a bland-ass regular website for most pizza. Now, I understand most of you are not in pizza. The rules apply. In fact, the rules doubly apply because pizza is hard as hell. Pizza is competitive. Pizza is cutthroat. So, look at the rules of pizza. Experience and existence. The apps. So, I am not paid by the man to tell you about what apps to use. Who here uses Toast POS? All right, they have a built-in one. There's some other ones out there. Toast, most POS companies have 30 people on staff that are engineers. Toast has 1,300. With that said, they have failed at doing loyalty correct. They're getting better though. So it's all about your POS. Why I say that is, who here in your pocket right now has an iPhone? All right. So if you look at the apps and they're not compatible, it doesn't work. iPhone's the most open-ended, but it has to work before it works on iPhone. Your POS has to be like your iPhone before you even start. Now, if it's in your iPhone, if the program is a part of your POS, it's like a Swiss Army knife. Here's the thing. Swiss Army knife, do I have to worry about multiple things? No, I have one thing in my pocket. But if I need to cut something, am I using Swiss Army knife scissors? Not the best scissors. But it's all in one little thing. That's what a POS that does marketing and loyalty is. You know where it's at. You know it's going to work. But is it the best? It's a question. I've used and evaluated all of these programs. Anytime code does not talk to code, you run into an issue. You just do. Unless it's built by the POS, I have noticed through personal experience, it's never as good. So, when you have a loyalty program, if you do get one, and you go with pop menu or thanks, whatever you choose, make sure it integrates well. Not just on the demo. The demo is always going to integrate well. Talk to other users first. Then, ensure that when they do X behavior, they get X incentive. Otherwise, you're Walgreens, and you should die alone and never feel joy or love. In a horrible, fiery car crash of life that brings dismay and disheartening to all those around you. It's very hard to do a joke in this room. I want to say that with I believe, is that a mariachi band in the mix, but we're good. All right. So another thing, a lot of you have multiple brands. You need to know, well, will this work with multiple brands? Because not all these apps do. Then, will it have reporting? Hey, we sent out this many X and we got this many Y. Because you did X, this occurred. If you're just shooting in the air, hoping, I think it works, you're not going to even know if the loyalty program's worth its weight. And then all of this is about getting to the email. Forget everything else I said about marketing and know this one thing. Nothing is more gold today than email. I have 67,000 actual, real, legit Tulsa emails. So if I send out an email and it's a failure at less than 1%, it still turns into $5,000 of revenue. That's a failure email. And how much new money did that cost to send that email out, Mike? I'll thank you, fake person. It cost me bupkis. Bupkis. A text is going to cost you anywhere from $100 to a few $500 per text. Facebook ad costs money. Boosting an Instagram post, it's going to cost money. Email, once you break 15,000, you pay for the 25,000 range. Once you break the 50,000, you pay for the $50,000 range. I pay $500. Actually, on Toast, I pay much less. So email's where it's at. Who here does an email once a week? At least once a week. Who does it 3 times a week? See? Rarefied air. You have said, I want to get paid. Everyone else said, I don't know. Oh, jeez, Mike. I think if I send out too many emails, people are going to just take me off the list. They're not. They're not. And if they do, all right. I like to reference a rap lyric from one Mr. Kanye West referencing one Mr. 50 Cent. 50 told me, go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate them, let them hate and let the money pile up. Get paid. Send an email. Automated versus drip. If you say, I hate sending email, I do too. You should have a drip or automated email workflow. So when someone signs up, immediately a day later, X email goes out. Then 2 days later, X email goes out. Then 5 days later, an email goes out. Then 90 days later, an email goes out. So you're not sending a new email each time. They're getting the workflow of 12 emails. It is possible to do that on Constant Contact on MailChimp. It is not currently possible to do 12 on Toast email. But with Toast email, I could find out how much return on investment every email gave me, for what it's worth. Quick visual updates. Here's how to email. If you know who here has Instagram on their phone right now, do an email Instagram. What is Instagram? Photo, description. That's it. That's it. It is not 2003. No one wants a newsletter email. Here's an article about this, with an article about this, and then a thing about this, and no one, too much. I can't do it, Go away, email. It's not gonna work. If you say, here's a photo of food, here's content talking about the food, eat the food with this order link. All right. You will have 1.2 seconds to evaluate your email. Don't make it harder. Don't make it harder. Photo, copy. Now, with that said, you're like, I'm not a tech guy. How am I going to do this? It's stupid easy. Everyone here have a logo. If you have access to your logo, who has access to their logo? All right. We all do. Go into Canva. Canva is $111 for the year. It's better than Adobe at this point. You take your logo, you say, I need an email banner, you type that in, it gives you one, change it with your logo, boom, sub that in, email banner. Take a photo of your food, sub that into the email. Take the content of the email, And even on this point, let's say I hate writing, I'm not a writer. Cool. Go to ChatGPT. Give me an SEO-driven email about this menu item. And that's going to say, this delectable fun item is blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Hashtag fun time, hashtag blah, 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 hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. Don't try. Stop trying. Stop thinking. The computer's won. Judgment Day is upon us. Just use GPT. If you don't have ChatGPT, the world is giving you a free assistant, and you're like, all right? That's what ChatGPT is. So what you are going to do today, if you're willing to listen to me bloviate for half an hour, you're going to get Canva. It's free or pro for $111 a year. Best marketing money you're going to spend all year. Then you're going to get a ChatGPT account for $20. You're going to ask it all the questions you asked Siri when you first got that. Siri, is there a reason to live? Siri, what should I do with my restaurant? I'll ask every dumb question ever, and then get over that and start asking it real business questions. Like, Siri or ChatGPT, evaluate this contract and tell me any failure points before I sign it. It can do that. Say, hey, I'm going to Dallas for 3 days. Give me 10 ideas of things to do with 3 people that'll build morale that are near the Gaylord, Texas. It will do that. So, in your email, say no to a digital novel. No one cares. Photo and examples. A one-liner will get further. Do you like food? It'll get further. It will. Update and pivot. So based on engagement, if you see the email go out and it didn't do great, maybe it was just a day, or maybe you should change a few things. That's fine. Change it up. But know why and how it's doing what. I suggest sending emails out at 10 a.m. or 5 p.m. Let's keep it easy and go 10 a.m. Email often. Again, like I said before, if you think 2 emails max is the mandate, get over that. No one does that. Do you stop at 2? Here's the deal. Let's say there's 100 people. 40 of you check your email. So if you're like, I don't even check my email, you're the 60 who don't. Of the 40 that check your email, there's around 7 that will act on it out of 100 in a good scenario. Let's say it's 2. So if I send out an email and I get 2 customers, and 2 of those customers buy $45 each, I got paid $90 for an email. Was it worth it? Yes. Now, if I do it often, that'll turn into 3, 5, 6. Is it worth it? Yes. 10 a.m. is a better choice. 10 a.m. is your, just schedule it out. Another thing, you should not be doing your social media and your emails live. Don't do that. Do it all on a Sunday for the next week. Hell, do it for the next 2 weeks. If you are wondering about it, you are making it too hard. Online ordering. So once you have loyalty, once you have email, then we get to online. You should have a user-friendly interface. Right now, I guarantee if I opened your online ordering, it would be like opening your attic. And you'd be like, oh, no, yeah, we keep those there, but it's, no, we're changing that. We're going to move that. We're going to move that. Do you have a photo for everything? Not some of it, everything. Does a ranch on the side have a photo? Does the 2-liter bottle have a photo of your 2-liter in your restaurant? If not, you are failing. You are a failure. And again, you should die alone, in a fiery car crash of pain, not even saying goodbye to your loved ones, because you deserve it, because you have chosen to say 0, nothing to the online community. Here's how I can rephrase that. If you right now, your restaurant's going to open, is open right now, right? If I go to the front door of your restaurant and I open, it's closed. Well, when you don't have photos or when your digital doorstep is garbage, it's like having a closed door online. If you go out front of your restaurant, you see grass growing out of the ground. You see trash there. That would be a bad doorstep. Well, is your digital doorstep trashy? To test it, go in like you're a customer in a separate browser and look. Do you pull up on Google? Are all your items listed properly? Do you have photos? Are the photos good? Not super zoomed in. That would be a good photo right there. That's meat right there. You want, and in fairness, that photo of that pizza online would be a bad photo. It's too zoomed in. Is it zoomed out? I can see the whole dish. And that's why I told Roma, make sure you have some photos of food on the side during my speech. It's going to be really important about 20 minutes in. So, everything has to be easy. If it's not user-friendly, I'm clicking out of it. It's too much. It has to be like one click in, 2 clicks to order it, 1 click to pay on Apple Pay or Google Pay. If that's not the case, you're failing yourself and your customer. Photos, like I said, new photos, great photos. Third party to first party. So, who here hates third party apps? You all love them? That's cool. I do. I love them. But I try and say, hey, you ordered DoorDash today. Thank you so much. It would be cheaper if you ordered from us direct next time. Here's the link. There you go. And just for doing it, here's a free appetizer. With this code. You want to turn your third-party customer into a first-party customer where you get their what? Their email, so you can hit them up every week on your terms. So, hit them up on email. Do the due diligence. Make sure your loyalty program, if it's thanks, pop menu, or a card, is loyalty. I.e., I want to keep chasing this in the hope I get X. If it can't do that, you have a rewards program. And rewards are garbage. So, with that said, do you have any questions? And then I'll wrap it up with the final point. Questions for about 5 minutes. I'm your Huckleberry. You got nothing? I only do DoorDash. I went all in on DoorDash. I negotiated to get the greatest rate by going all in on DoorDash. And I also use DoorDash Drive to have them directly order from me proper. But DoorDash doesn't mind it because it's all DoorDash. The lady said food was ordering from the third party was coming in late. What third party? DoorDash, Grubhub? What? So DoorDash, out of all the companies, is the only professional food delivery company. Uber's a taxi service. Grubhub's with Yelp. Postmates was purchased by Uber. They're all dirty. I trust DoorDash. But if food goes out late, DoorDash will eat the cost. If DoorDash is new to your area, they're going to screw up. When I had delivery drivers, they screwed up. But you have plausible deniability with DoorDash. So I believe in using that and letting them figure it out because it's in their best interest to figure it out. Yes? Yeah. If you're very small and I still want to get more money. I am Daniel Plainview, and there will be blood. All right, I'm an oil man. I want to get paid, so I'm going to blame DoorDash and let it develop and let it learn. Another thing I'm going to do to make this work better, I'm going to make the DoorDashers feel like all-stars. I'm going to have a DoorDash section, get you a drink. Do you want a slice? Because if all the DoorDashers who have a choice of where to go are driving around my place all night because, hey, I stayed with them because they always give me free stuff, I'm going to attack the algorithm and have better drivers and more of them. So, another question, anyone? I had it. It was horrible. Here's why I hate having in-house drivers. If I have 5 drivers, if I'm busy, I have no help. They're all on the road. If I'm dead, I have all these extra bodies. It's never good. It's always a failure. It's a catch-22 perpetually. So I like, hey, you're DoorDash, just do it. Just come in and take care of this on me. Great. If you do DoorDash Drive, it's $7 flat fee. And you can pass whatever you want to the customer. I pass $5. So on a $100 order, I'm out $2. That's why I want everyone on DoorDash Drive and not DoorDash proper, which will be anywhere from 15 to 25%, depending on your deal. All right. So, yes, sir. I put a link to order. I don't even go to my website. I put a link right to the ordering page. Every email. I have a macro ordering link that has like choose your store, but I always have the link and then the ad copy. And Toast knows how many people click the link and how many people purchased. So I get an email that says, I get an email report that says that email turned into $7,332.28. Very important to me. Yes. I prefer Drive, and then what was that, sir? Yep. I let that be the place for everyone to kind of feel it out. And then that's a lead generator as I see it, and I want to transfer that person into mine. All right, so I have a few more notes I'm gonna say. I did something that's a little bit kooky. I wrote a book 3 years ago. Cool. A lot of entrepreneurs write a book. This is not the story of me book. I hate those books. Everyone knows those entrepreneurs who write a book. And it was like, and then my body was changing. And then I did it like, I didn't do that book. I did a book for restaurant owners. It's not about me. It's about the reader. But I noticed people who read my book were like, that was great. How do you do X? How do you do this? How do you do this? I got that a lot. So it was like I was playing guitar on stage. And they're like, wait, how do you do that? This is me playing guitar right next to you with my guitar and verifying you know how to play it. I've created an online course for restaurant owners if you're interested. It has 8 modules. The first and foremost module is foundation, how to create the setup for winning in your restaurant. Then I get into all things financials, not like what is a controlled expense rate. Here's my exact Excel spreadsheets that we use weekly. A lot of people found value in them. A lot of people email me for these all the time, so I'm giving them out. Then how to hone in on what your brand is, which you only can do when you know who your customer is. When your customer, you know, hey, this type of person who lives in this area, who has this much disposable income, then you can cater with the brand to them. After that, marketing. Real marketing, like what we talked about today, but keying into that. And then how to get great employees and how to keep them. I have a big module there in my course about how to do that. Last but not least, vendors. How to nurture your vendor relationships, not just be nice, but how to get better pricing and better win-wins across the board with DoorDash. I have a script on how to get better pricing. I created this course, and if you would like to do it, you can go just to getunsliced.com. That's the email. If you're wondering at all, go to getunsliced.com and I'm starting it on Monday of next week. Very serendipitous, I'm here this week. It's going to launch off, it's going to be super interesting, and it's going to change lives. I can say that with no hesitation. So if you're having problems with employees, you're not where you want to be, I'm the only owner of a restaurant that's ever created a course. I'm not some guy who worked at Applebee's 20 years ago. So you're going to see exactly what I do if you apply and I allow you in. Because truth be told, I'm only allowing independent restaurant owners that I believe in to do my course. I don't want anyone or someone down the street from me having this. So if that's of interest, go to getunsliced.com. I answer a few questions. If you don't do the course, I don't care. I'm good. It's there because I feel a need to help independent restaurant owners to not struggle like I did. I am 20 years deep into this of not sucking. Solid 2 years of sucking, solid 18 years of not sucking. If you would like to have this be easier or streamlined, I'm your Huckleberry. If you want the book or today's deck, by all means, hit that up. I will share it to you, and there you go. Again, last but not least, if you're not impressive by default, you're unimpressive. Do everything to not be unimpressive, and you will have no choice but to be a success. Thank you so much.